Hello everybody. Just got through doing 16 minutes on the bike. Something's been on my brain for quite a while now. I try to ask myself, answer the question in my head, like, why does people hate Trump so bad? Why does people hate Elon Musk so bad? Why does people hate, say, Jordan Peterson, Tulsi Gabbard, RFK Jr. These people that, in my opinion, are doing nothing but doing their best to make the world a better place. And the majority is obvious. With our last election, the majority of people do want things to be better. And what I see from the loud babies crying about how awful these people are, and then at the same time protecting the people, singing the praises of the people that are, I say, the worst of our society. I always question, like, why would you go after somebody like RFK that's shining the light on how harmful, how harmful the vaccines have been to us, trying to get people, stop going after pharmaceutical companies and, the people that's obviously putting the poison in our foods, is trying to get us healthy, trying to make the fat people thin, and try to get the people on all the medications off of them. Why would you go after him? Why would you go after, hate a person like Elon Musk that's basically cut the cost of space travel by 1/19 of the cost that it was costing the taxpayers to send the big orange bus that NASA was using to get into space, not to mention the amount of people that have died in that thing since it's been going up, never made it back to Earth. And you could go on and on about Elon. He's through Neuralink trying to make the blind to see, the people that can't walk to walk, the paralyzed to walk, the Parkinson's to combat that, the combating traffic with the tunnels, the Starlink, helping the people in North Carolina with that, to being able to have internet everywhere, to now cutting the cost of trying to make the $9,000 car for everyone. And yet people act like he's an evil emperor or some type of dude, when you would think the ones that's going after him, he would be like their superhero, the Star Wars wannabes. It's like, do you not want to get on his Starship Cruiser and travel to Mars and swing your lightsabers out on the planet Mars and do whatever your fantasy holds in that nerd life? I just don't seem like he would be like there. If anything, he's super nerd. But all the ones that are, the Trump's trying to end income tax, to get these criminals away from, God almighty, Venezuelan gang members are in their community, and it's a bad thing to get rid of those people. And the thing is, what I have come to realize is the people that are speaking out the loudest against this are covering up. They'll cover up the rottenness of their soul with this supposed virtuous side that they get. They'll say this is racist. This is or the side that's like This is picking on poor people. It's picking on brown people. This is, you're picking on gay people, women, children, whatever. This is, and they'll bring it up, the whole Nazi thing. This is, they try to go to the Nazi as the ultimate boss villain. So they'll almost immediately try to find some way to associate these people with a Nazi or Hitler or whatever. It's just like somebody that keeps advertising their Christianity. I've run into companies for whatever they're going to do. Maybe they're a HVAC company and they're like, we are a Christian-based company, or we have Christian values. Well, that immediately raises a red flag to me. I'm like, why do you feel the need to advertise so heavily how much of a Christian you are? And I'm like, because of learning from experience, you're trying to throw this giant Christian wet blanket over the misdoings the lying and cheating and stealing that you're going to do to me afterwards. You're essentially the wolf in the Christian sheep's clothing. And it's the same thing these people are doing. They are the wolves in the whatever you call activist sheep's clothing. They're trying to say, I'm doing this to save the planet, to save this minority, to whatever. And really, that's just a way to cover up what they're trying to do. They're basically a nihilistic group of people that not only hate themselves, they hate the world in general. They hate humanity. And the main thing they hate, that is like they run from more than anything, they run from like cockroaches from light, is acknowledgement that the position they're in, the hatred they feel, the awfulness and horror of their life is actually their own doing. For whatever reason, they do not want to acknowledge that whatsoever. That is the worst possible thing, to acknowledge it and for it to be acknowledged by others that their life, for whatever shape it's in, is their fault, and it is 100% their fault. They will go to great lengths to not acknowledge it and not for it to be acknowledged. So the main reason they hate these people is because they know that they are going to create fertile ground. They are going to improve the world in a world they do not want to see improved, because if everybody's doing good except them, these people create a world that allows everybody that wants to do good, that takes up, like Jordan Peterson says, clean your room, take personal responsibility. If you want to improve your life, it's going to be you and you alone. And so if these people, the Tulsi Gabbards, the RFK Juniors, the Trumps, the Elon Musk, the Vivek Ramaswamis, the Jordan Petersons, create that fertile ground to where these people that want to do better and realize it's up to them and then do better, and then all that's left is the people that always want to point the finger that it's somebody else, and always want the pity, is always complaining, the can't catch a break, always pointing at how awful the world is, no matter how good it gets. And the only ones that's doing crappy is them. They still can't get it together, because they have no desire to, when Elon Musk talks about doing 100-hour work weeks, and Trump talks about never giving up, when heck, they went after Dolly Parton when she talked about working 5 to 9, the commercial of working 5 to 9. Oh my God, that was awful, until for whatever reason, you know, Dolly Parton is a untouchable. But they tried to go after her for that. And even Jordan Peterson, they asked him, like, how did you stop or really cut down these protests that people was coming to his, basically where he'd stand up and speak, and then these people come in protesting, and he was like, I just started having it at 8 o'clock in the morning. And that stopped these people that said it was so important and, you know, life depended on it, that he be stopped. They just suddenly stopped showing up because they couldn't haul their hind ends out of the bed any earlier than, you know, 12 in the afternoon. So if that's any indicator of what's going on, it should be. But it's like, if you know, if you suck at as a gardener, and you absolutely don't want it to be known that you suck as a gardener, it's like you can't grow an ear of corn if your life depended on it, and you have no desire. You really just wish somebody would give you some corn, and if they don't, you just you blab about how you know, well, this other person's got more corn than they need. They should give me some corn, and everybody else some corn. Really, that you ought to say they should give everybody else. It should be divided amongst everybody, hiding the fact it's really what they're saying. Really, I'd just like somebody to give me some corn. I don't want to do all that work and that it takes to grow my own corn. They pray for no rain, for horrible weather, so everybody, the world is like, everybody is struggling to grow corn. The world is awful for corn growing, because if somebody comes in and devises a way that makes it possible, then now everybody is just killing it on the corn production, and you are absolutely not, because you're laying in your hammock all day and have no desire to even learn how to grow corn. It is going to be perfectly obvious what you're up to. The light is going to be shown that really you just suck at everything and have no desire to even get better at anything. It's like, and that's the person that ends up just going after the, you know, the mass shooting of the other corn producers. They just hate the fact that they even exist, because it's shining such a light on their inadequacy for, you know, creating a life that they want. And who knows what that life is that they're even wanting. And the other part about this that nobody talks about is the significance without sacrifice part of it. That you know, if you're going to stand up for this whatever rights flavor of the day, you know, stop oil, put posts about immigration, put posts about this is racist, that's racist, these horrible the problems that they pick to that they couldn't possibly do anything about other than bark about it, is they pick that as a way, as I say, become significant without sacrifice. That if they went after, they took the focus off of giant world problems that they consider a problem, and took the focus off of that and focused on their own lives, improving their own lives, well then that it would be a different story. That's something that they actually would have to do the work for. That to become significant in your own life takes a lot of sacrifice and a lot of work, many years of work. It's like they want the same significance of the person that just sells their company for $100 million, they want it in 5 minutes. I mean, that is why the whole trend went on. It was the whole, that's why you saw the people that would be, actually, I'm not Laura, I'm Larry, to where everybody would cheer and say, oh, you're so brave, you're so, you know, yay for you. I'm so proud. And that's all you have to do. You just have to say, actually, I'm not a man, I'm a woman, or actually I'm not a woman, I'm a man. And suddenly your significance goes from, I didn't even know you was still alive person, to, oh, you're so brave and wonderful that you did that. And that's where it was coming from. It was until now people, it's like now it's kind of like seen as crazy that does that. And you know, and not seen it, so it's kind of like a thing, as a trend that caught on. And sadly, a lot of people done irreversible damage with hormones and surgery during that time for a trend. I mean, all for a trend. Not to mention the parents that you know, as Jordan Peterson said, mutilated their kids and sterilized them for life, not going to have no chance of a family of their own now, or kids of their own. And all for a trend that came and went, as just another way of to get that significance without, like, it's all I have to do. I don't have to do this years worth of mundane task to become significant. All I have to do is you know, glue my hand to a painting and screech stop oil, or throw soup, or whatever tantrum that they decide to do. But that's what I said, the other part of that is really the alternate motivation for the hatred, and for the things that people they say is so important to them, when really it's just they're just looking for significance. A person that, had they not done things like that, nobody would even hardly knew that they was born and lived on this earth for X number of years, then died. Other than the trash that's picked up, you know, once a week at their curb. The gist of what I'm trying to say is, the worst thing that could happen for these people is taxes to be non-existent, gas to be 15 cents a gallon, groceries to be half the price they are now, rent to be $100 a month, interest rates less than 1%, Thanksgiving money away, regulation lifted, car prices go down, crime rates go down, black, white people all getting along, walk through the streets naked if you want to, jobs everywhere, whatever you want to do, economy's booming, no wars. That is essentially their worst nightmare, because then if everybody is killing it except them, then now it's like when the finger is pointed and everybody's saying, what's your excuse? Why are you not doing great? Why have you not lifted yourself up? Oh, all the focus is going to be on them, as to it is going to be a glaring spotlight of it is their fault. They are in the position they're in. They're unhappy, all because of their own doing, because of their lack of discipline, their lack of work, of taking a lack of personal responsibility to say, I am in my position because of me. They have nothing left to point a finger at. And with every improvement that this administration is doing currently, is slowly, one by one, taking away little excuse after little excuse after little excuse, and is slowly backing them into a corner to where they do not know what to do, because it's going to eventually get to the point of you are basically just a bitter person that dislikes life because of your own doing. And that is essentially their worst nightmare, because then they have no choice but to pull themselves out of the position they have got themselves into. No longer can they get pity from the woe is me mentality. No longer can they get the charity they're looking for the I wish I could just sit at home and be took care of from Big Daddy government. That is what they fear most, and they try to stand on some moral high horse that does not exist and say they're doing it for some fabricated virtuous reason, when it is all nothing more of a blanket to cover their true intentions of, I don't want to do it myself. I think I've said enough. Thank you.